Modify something. Modify something. We're talking yesterday. Level him up, I can respec him later if I want to. Sealer, I'm not sure what we're doing. So I'm probably going to respec her later. Just get rid of her. Weapons and fighting enemies. Use your persuasion to make them. We need weapon focus. Wait, is she using longsword? Short sword. That's everything else that. But that special weapon. Long sword, so we're in long swords with her. So I need some mobility, I think. I want persuasion. So I'm probably gonna be spending. I've already fucked up there. Weapon focus long sword. You sit chance we let with the long sword. Rid of fatigue and allies. Shaken. I know what to do. Let's do that now. Land. Definitely gonna go down. I think I'm gonna go down his cloud. Exception. Ability athletics. The moment. Precise shot. Point blank master. Snapshot. Get later anyway, level 9. Point blank master. Yeah, anyway. That ally who has this feat confirms a critical hit against an opponent you also threaten, you make an attack of opportunity against that opponent. So when he gets it, probably won't be so good on him, but when he gets a critical hit, ally gets it. But you need combat reflexes, the teamwork feats are a precise strike. And flanking the same creature. That's good with dog and the sneaky guy. Go well with teamwork feats though, apart from seize the moment. Strike as well. Use your key points, send me key points per day, and spend one. Basically make sure your attack doesn't miss. And you get the range, increases your damage expense of your attacks. Make sure your attack doesn't miss, and then don't know about Camellia. I do not know about her. You know what to do with her. Warjic. As the descendants of demons, tieflings are not the most respected or trusted men of citizens. Well, this is the global map of the city of Canabris. Just the city? Bloody hell. Bastard. Communications might not be available for you to travel. Defenders hard, the best thing in Canabris, in a sturdy building surrounded by a stone wall. The Crusaders who survived the first wave of invasion set up base here, turning their tavern into a small fortress able to withstand the attacks of demons and cultists, wreaking havoc in the city. Companion goes straight away. Where we're still way up there. In the market square. Garrison. Get through here then. Can't get to that gate. Fallen horse. You failed to sneak past the enemy. Use random encounter. Random encounter in the city.
Do not fear! Do not waver! The light take you!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Right now, it's better later.
You won't survive me.
That extra attack. It's just later. What would you think? New spells. Mage armor. Spell. That's the Ouija. Spell. Mage armor. Himself. What else we got? Color spray. Stun, blinded. Reese as well. These abilities. Resist acid. Some magic spells. Would you just a fight spell? You have much armor there, do you? Dexterity, not dodge.
Into the fray!
Endure this!
Cover me, all right?
I'll cut you wide open!
Whoa, who did that? See them? He's sneak attack. What? What's that kind of sneak attack? Sneak attack there, I didn't understand. The character is stealer, landing the people here. And the character makes an attack roll gets 20 on the attack roll hits no matter what the target is stealing. The additional attack is a critical threat. This has to be confirmed by making an additional attack roll. No, I only just summoned my dog. Like already obliterated me. Yay, come back!
Follow my steps.
The encounter, so taking you the average down too. hideout. The spacious, well-furnished cellar in the hardware store serves as a hideout for the thieflings in Canaveras. This is where the eldest sister, Charisme, appointed by the family, conducts the gang's affairs by planning robberies and sharing the loot between the gang members.
Let's head out.
Charisme. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then? Sorry, I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Charisme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles. Next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched. And then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, it was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. I think Lawful's gonna help here with thieves. Woljif. Do you think Woljif knows the name of the trader? Charisme turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows his name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Then, I'd have said that meant that Woljif was cursed with finding friends among losers and screw-ups. But now that he's with us, that must mean the curse has been broken. Amelia, well, that depends. He was indeed most fortunate to find himself in the party with me. On the other hand, he also ended up in the party with you. Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? Sad to tell. About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head toward the 5 thieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and says we've got a score. And says, ancient trees and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing is that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. It's all true so far, go on. We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, I remember it clear as day. Sister Downer was on lookout, but the Melron had the scroll. Doffy, Tabby and Barney brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in the sack. And one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered. And I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth, and to admit insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So, they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Charisme is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the moon of the abyss? It's an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancestries and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Filliman was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, "I'll never sell it, it's the jewel of my collection." Woljif sighed unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Cannabis. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancestries and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free? With a fancy trinket to boot. Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? The words right out of my mouth. Doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner. The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Irabeth's people would protect you, and you knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. Now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Philemon. Are you giving Irabeth a cut? Is that it? You've seen her. You think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bored. She's like 3 heralds of Iamade all rolled into one. See that? He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes, I'm sorry to say. But Irabeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole sorry story. Woljif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. Just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at the word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I gonna do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, then I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the cellar. But you know what you're gonna owe me? But you know what you're gonna owe me for that? An apology, right here in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you." Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. If you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family has come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? And you got away with words, Sister Charisme. Way that almost made me wet myself. But away nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Irabeth. She knows you a little. You can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Cannabis is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Charisma purses her lips. I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters. Within the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal. And it's something we don't forgive. We do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find a rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Canaveras. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance. Until I find out who is the traitor here, no one is leaving. Alright, we'll find the traitor. And I'll give my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Reese drums her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole? I don't need anything else. Take a good look at the suspects. The tieflings watch you sullenly. They are a pretty diverse group, but you have no idea if the person you're looking for is among them. Need a little more time. Here's the trader. Hey Woljif, how much did they pay you? At last, Woljif has revealed his true face. Kill the trader. Pack your bags, brother Woljif, we're sending you to the farm. Don't get mad at me if I look at this. Hey, if you value your life, you wouldn't even look in this direction. Okay. I guess so. Skip one.
Yet another obstacle.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The light, take you!
Woljif looks like it's gonna be bullshit. No, wait, no. A bit about that then. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the tieflings? Erebeth arches her brows in surprise. Kinabris is threatened by a demon horde and you have enough spare time to help out thieves. Ubeth sighed. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Ubeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face. The long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancestries and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Iwori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Iwori, also known as the Master of Masters, the Enlightened One, and the Perfect Human, is the god of enlightenment, self-perfection, knowledge, healing, and inner strength. His followers claim that he was once a mortal who achieved absolute physical and mental perfection, and thus attained divinity of his own volition. He is one of the core gods, if not the most powerful deity of the Vodrani pantheon, but has an increasing following in the inner sea region as well. Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Yamade, keep you safe. Yamade. Ancestries and
They will break against our resolve.
behind us. That's great.
Make every strike count.
The spirits demand your blood!
Learn from my mistake.
Wow.
Into
Yeah,
the
we'll get
fray!
Go.
Can I get... Just the fact that he doesn't expect an attack. In the first round of every combat, every creature is flat-footed because it has its turn to act according to its initiative. Yeah, well... Bloody hell, Woljif. He's gonna obliterate everyone. I don't get why he keeps getting sneak attacks. He always gets a sneak attack. He's not even sneaking. I don't understand.
Ask nicely. My tail is restless. Something wrong? Don't mind me. I'm here. Where else would I be?
I don't get how you always get a sneak attack.
Let us be careful.
Together we stand.
Open your heart to me.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Something else.
Tread lightly.
I don't know why he always gets attacked. It's a bit OP. Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. Ancient Trees and Wonders is a reputable old shop whose name speaks for itself. The inside resembles a private collection for the antiquities displayed in the showcases and on the shelves, and are so rare that only the Queen herself could possibly afford to pay the full price for them. Iribeth is sure that the informant was a tiefling with long horns. Formation there. We want dog up front, you know. Seems like it's like your most vulnerable party members. Hello, is anyone there? Please get me out of here. Finian the talking weapon. Phew, free at last. Thought I'd be flattened like a pancake into that bubble. Much obliged. Damn, not in any pain, but my head is so foggy for some reason. What was all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? Talking weapon? That's right, Finian Disma, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world rune wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabris, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind. But at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. Want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelids of the Stareye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. You're a barbarian. Soul of a barbarian or something. Kelid barbarian. And did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades. Phantom Blade, what's that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although to be fair, it's not the barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places. They're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. How did you end up in this shop? Yeah, I've been here for so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders. But it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. Shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. The city is under attack by demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. There are demons in Cannabis. We must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. Now have a unique companion, Finian talking weapon. You can access him through a special button in your inventory. Click on it to initiate dialogue with him or change his form to make him take the shape of any weapon before handing him to one of the characters in your party. There are no limitations to changing Finian's form. Finian will become more powerful as his personal story progresses. What in the hell? We've got a talking weapon, that's so cool. Doesn't take up a companion slot though. Okay, just a talking weapon. Where'd you go? Oldest to newest. Where is he? Work daggers. 9 damage. Old iron dagger. That's the work. Where'd you go then? I'm so confused. Ooh, from oldest to newest. I understand.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Some scrolls have been torn apart and some have been trodden on by muddy boots.
I'm gone.
Heart. Potions. The polished oak shelves once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers. The polished oak shelves wouldn't be. Unique weapons and antique armor were previously displayed on these stands. It's unlikely they're new owners even know their true value. This formerly well-appointed shop now looks like a sorry state. It's been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master, code word. Hand of a roll. Code word correct. Golem's eyes glow brighter. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gafreen and Son and Son. Address 3rd building on the right, Rulers Alley, Neurosian, Mendel. Model G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gafreen. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop last week. Golem was silent for a moment. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old, no, male, old, human, female. Roger, he'll be wheeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Golem is silent for a while. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Described a young male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, short horns curling backward, medium length tail, eye color yellow, hair color black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me. It's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. Give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There. See. Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Yeah, so his horns seem too short and curled back. Because Uber said he pointed it, couldn't go under the hood. Pointed it out and then... Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, long horns, medium length tail, eye color pale blue, skin color dark, special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our traitor. I bet your life on it. Curious maid drilled it into her head that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. Got a couple of gingers. And plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for social observation. Golems ain't all they're cracked up to be, eh? Maybe his master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female, above average height, hair, long, pale, tail not observed, long horns, eye color blue, special observations, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. A new arrival most likely. Gold stitching, yeah. Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. No. Where is your master? Philemon Muliatros. My master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. 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 Likely hold himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Okay, I found out everything I wanted to know. Athletics. Get past the broken golem. Doesn't look like he can do much. You have to move him though. Pipe Fox. Can summon a Pipe Fox familiar? +3 on magic checks and perception checks. Magic. Knowledge me. I want to keep that for the perception check, I think. Magic knowledge is usually not that useful. Put my perception in land. It's like the cat familiar thing we used to have.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge. I'm curious.
Snake fox. That's weird. Very weird. Night Mold. Looking medium. Blood vial. Counterfeit Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. Acting of interest to craftsman. Oh, it's like storyteller stuff, maybe. This is where it lay, the moon of the abyss. Spiral shell. Where it was.
Follow my steps.
Goodbye, land.
Forget it. Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
I'm not gonna say skip those things. I want to get all loot, but everything else, I won't save skip if I fail in a conversation or something. Persuade people, and I'm gonna deal with the consequences. I'm gonna save skip lock picking now. Getting more loot. Because
I hope you appreciate this.
Let's head out.
it's just unacceptable. Philemon. Philemon Vuliatros. The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement, shaking. Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Lan. Yeah, makes sense. We're all those things and much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Yeah, please calm down. No one's going to rob you. And then peers at you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. Came here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back. The gnome notices Woljif and his rounded face turns scarlet. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief. Been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Philemon Vuliatros. I was the owner of this shop. And I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. But there's at least something left of it. Well, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe. But nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those thieflings. They seemed to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said. And I've been stuck in this basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. Then I thought that it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited the ancestries and wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. I'm helping Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. It's in your interest to tell me everything. Failed. The gnome casts a suspicious eye over you. Is that so? How do I know you're telling the truth? And since when is the Eagle Watch in the habit of sending strangers to do their work for them? Start talking or else. Conceded. Philemon recoils. Alright. Just put that away. I'll tell you everything. Ask your questions if it's so important. So fail that. Fail the other one. Half chance. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Philemon falls thinking. The red-haired tiefling? I suppose, yes. There was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means. I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asimar-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing. That's all I have. That's it, with that description will surely stick him out. Come on, Chief, back to Sister Chrisme. We're going to have a good long shifty at all my brothers and put all these crews together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wiggle out of this one. Tell me about the tiefling woman. Philemon scratches his chin. Tiefling woman? Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the tiefling ruffians we have around here, purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. And tell me about Woljif. Philemon's face wrinkles in distaste. Woljif Jeffdo, right? Yes, I've known him a long time. Though I'd rather not known him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. He was with the gang that robbed my shop. I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed his soul, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it return too. You get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Okay, I'll find out everything I wanted to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of a shop.
Let us be careful.
I'm aware of anything right, right? Head. Green cloak. Melwyn. Good look at the suspects. The only redheads are Melwyn and Duffy. The dark-skinned tieflings are Varney, Duffy, and Melwyn. Only Varney and Melwyn have green cloaks. case I got that all wrong. Melvin. You'll pay for this. Boetiel and Heps Zaramira will get you in the end. What the hell? Grab him, take him away for questioning. Chrisme looks weary, but her early attention has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Irabeth so he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet with his customer. You've got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What's he going to do now? Clear out this place. The sooner, the better. This city's dying. I don't want to die with it. Tila, this city would have already died, if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. Charisme. So, defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city. But we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? What are you going to do to the traitor? Charisme nonchalantly picks at her nails with her knife tip. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm. To think about what he did. Any more questions? Did I join the family? Charisme bursts out laughing. That's all you want? You can have your pick of them non-tiefling gangs. You've no need to tread on our territory. The family is for tieflings only, no exceptions. Okay, I have to go now. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Morgif. Sister! Morgif nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed, and his tail is swishing through the air. He forgot something. What? What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me, loudly, in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well... that. Chrisme shrugs indifferently. So, sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you, this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time, that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Morgif. Diplomacy. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Failed. Too bad, because that's all I've got. Oh, come on, what did I roll? 4? No, we're not. We're not safe going persuasion checks. Something interesting. When things don't go exactly how you want. Morgif watches her go, his tail relaxing. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's just get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads.
Tread lightly.
Can I go in this door now? Chris May would forget to lock a vault with a pile of money in it. Should be so lucky. When I clear the cobwebs out of them pockets of yours, you're gonna have to try a bit harder.
Something here.
I am helpful, am I not?
Follow my steps.
While she was still here and killed them all, get something. Reagents in this location. Try to click the reagent. Fallen horse. The bloody carcass of a strong steed with a broken leg is covered in mangled armor. The saddlebag is intact. You can procure some reagents for creating consumable items then.
I'm gone.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Roger comes close and looks around quickly to reach a noise of eavesdropping. Makes a subtle gesture and an amulet on a chain appears in his hand. A silver amulet in the shape of a waning moon with a dark crystal in the middle. The moon of the abyss. What? You really had the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
You've been searched by the guards. How did you manage to hide the amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Magic. You did betray the tieflings.
Oof. That cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
Ulrich is silent for a moment, and a cunning grin crosses his face. Why didn't you give the amulet to Charisme?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the thieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
Why is this item so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
Why did you steal it? You would never be able to sell it anyway.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
So, everything for some shiny trinket.
This isn't just some shiny trinket. First, maybe some rich person's just dying to buy it. We need to put out some feelers and see if anyone's in the market. Second, maybe it'll come in handy. And besides, I spent so many years looking at it. I imagine things like, what if my grandfather left something else and my grandma spent that too? Maybe I could have had my own barony already if things had turned out differently. Or got some decent education in the capital. They're all just dreams, but the moon is right here. You've got to hold on to what's yours, Chief.
See, the people who consider you a friend. It's not the way you treat your friends.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove, Sister Charisme used to say that us tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief, I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Just give me stuff. I like Woljif. Woljif is standing repeatedly flipping a coin into the air and catching it. He looks bored, but the tip of his tail is twitching nervously. Noticing you, he perks up. Hey Chief, how about letting me go? Why would you need a thief in your party? What if I rob you in your sleep? I mean, I'm not going to, but for now. But what if I get a rush of inspiration? Are you really staying in the party, or just waiting for a chance to run off? Well, just gives you a hurt look. As if I could. There are demons and dangers everywhere, around every corner. Teaching stopped short. Don't you worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt, honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. If you buy my wares, I won't have to leave it all. Want to know more about you? How much is more? Are your family teachings too? My family? It's an interesting story, actually. But I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day, my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note spritzed with expensive perfume that said, "Take care, my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. But it's not easy. Traveling takes money. So if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. Doesn't sound very believable. I'm gonna trust him. I'll give you 10 coins. Hope you find a real family. Woljif whistles and jingles the coins in his palm. Thanks a lot, Chief. May Ayamade, or whoever you worship, save you. Otherwise you'll be done for. You believe anything you hear. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't be sitting around here. I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine. And then I'd come back with an army, so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life and bow and scrape before me. But that's not gonna happen. Want to hear the real story? Tells me that. The true story is boring. My family is human, with my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby. I forgot the name. When my ma had me, my old man got so mad he almost killed her. He pinned her to the wall and started asking questions, like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, crashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabris and left me with my grandma. He said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life. Now you handle him." Then she left. Haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket though. That part was true. And my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. I think after all that, my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed and kissed my horns. I wish. Woljif grins nastily, his yellow eyes flashing. People used to give her trouble for falling around with a demon. He wasn't welcome anywhere. She got so angry. Normal kids got bedtime stories, see. The only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my ma was a slut, and I was a demon spawn that no one cared about. So she only kept me so I could help around the house and steal things she needed. So that's the truth. I become a tiefling. Morgic grins happily. I already was a tiefling, and my life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, if you don't work, you don't eat. She gave me as an apprentice to Igor, a tiefling neighbour of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. When I grew and stopped fitting through the windows, I decided I was done with my education. I paid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat. So I took off. I got bored of my teacher too, but when I as much as hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owlbears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Igor was working the territory. I didn't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owlbears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal from him, but never that much, so I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands. That was a good time, rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the Golden Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, of course, so I told them. After that, I only had one option, to join the Northmen, and then the family came. At first, no one took them seriously, calling them thieflings and all that, but I felt it right away. They had power behind them, and they had more money. I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the thieflings, right on time. Some thugs came to the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now, too. Stay on the winner's side. I'll show you that you are on the winner's side in my party. Tell me about the tieflings. Alright, I won't tell you everything, mine, but I can tell you a little. The tieflings are Mendelian Thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after that they spread all over Galarian. They're also called the family. You know why? Because us tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost or summit, Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family, and if they say, "Oh yeah, who?" you give them the name of a local tiefling, who confirms everything, and if he's never seen you, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules. Who does what, who gets what cut. I won't say it's a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is this: you don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess, the farm is in some underground well beneath Canagris, where they breed grave worms. It's just that Grisme, our boss, looked the other way more often. I'd really be able to spread my wings. Something from someone you call sister. That's pretty dope. Birds fly low before a storm. I'm surviving as best I can. Morty fixes you with a look. Imagine the situation, Chief. You're 7 years old, you come home, and your own grandma, your family, is lying there drunk. and there's no food because she got wasted in the morning and didn't cook anything. And you know that she has a stash under the 3rd floorboard. You take this money so that you don't starve to death. And then, when she wakes up, she beats you because you shouldn't have taken it. You should have stolen some food. You're a waste of space. That's something you can never understand, Chief. You only care about moral choices. You always know what's right and what's wrong. Brother, sister, grandma, mother. In real life, they're just words. Do you think Shadow looks strange? What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud. A trick without any deception. Wolf snaps his fingers and blue flame engulfs him. The shadow that was previously lying calmly at his feet grows, floating in the air behind him. It is the shadow of a huge horned, winged demon with claws. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers together in front of some light, and it makes the shadow of a deer or a dog or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard, I wanted to make the best shadow, and I did. It just happened. Or just chuckled sadly. Funny enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. The tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me, just because he hasn't got the horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show the shadow again after that first time. But I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. I like it. Water chuckles, please. What about the blue fire? That's my favourite part. And it doesn't burn at all. If I had a coin for every time I bought a beating for my little show here, I'd already be proposing to Godfrey. But still, I don't want to give up something so beautiful. What do you think of Canabris? Used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here, and things started looking up. Although it depends who you ask, I suppose. Which is better steer clear of here. Because the Ayamaday's followers are ferocious. Especially Holwyn Shapok, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at a tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his 3rd wife is a paladin. And she said he said that Holwyn takes an unsheathed sword with him, even to the privy, and when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him. And when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it. You are my one true friend. You are the only one I can rely on. Erebeth's giving us a hard time too. You as much as look at some nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you, with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charisme, our boss here in Canabris. By our, I mean the Deepling's boss. You get caught by Erebeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison or you end up as Wormtooth. But if you step on Charisme's toes, poof, you're gone. Just like that, no one ever sees you again. And all you'll hear is, he went to the family farm, even though he's never had a family or a farm. Demon blood, you feel drawn to the abyss. Gorgeous tail whips back and forth nervously, raising clouds of dust. Why? Are you an inquisitor or something? So to you, if I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it. Don't ask me trick questions. I know it, how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to the sister of a guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about the gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache. Someone's mumbling something. It smells like smoke and his feet are kinda hot. He looks down and there's a fire under him. And the prelate is reading out his sentence. Ah, you the innocent. Jesus. What can you get me then using your tiefling connections? Morge's face breaks into a happy grin. Look, Chief, the tieflings have all the best things. Nah, he's got like access to the black market through him as well. Big him. He's down to two-handed. This one against magical beasts. I think it's useful in this. Cold iron. One-handed stock cold iron. Positive energy damage. Bad. Let's use that. Hooked hammer discipline. Plus 1 extra damage to chaotic creatures. Blinded. Sapphire slip. Spoon. AC. 1 degree sleep. Holy water. I'm not gonna give him a better bow anyway. Normal longbow still. Composite longbow. What's 11 damage when equipped? Masterwork longbow. Only 1 to 8. One on attack rolls. High hit chance, less damage.
Follow my steps.
Like him. Not him in one party. I'm gonna do self presence party. Some more fighting! Pandemic fighting. Beginning of the game. People. Still anyone do Camellia, yeah. I know they're up for them now. square, the city fair with lots of attractions and live music was in full swing when the demons attacked. Now the pavement is stained red with blood, and a gaping rift cuts the square in two. This is the place where the demon lord Descari cleaved the land with his terrible scythe, marking the beginning of the demonic invasion of Mendelian. You've never been to this location before? We start again. Knowledge magic check.
Done.
Enormous cracks appeared as their magically induced earthquakes.
Can we retreat already?
So, can you do damage? Cold iron. Another cold iron dagger.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Cover me, all right?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Right, take you.
Yeah. Hey, wait, there's more to me. Stick attacks. I don't get why. Constantly get stick attacks.
Let's head out.
You won't survive me.
Save the last one for me.
Endure this! Make every strike count!
I'll cut you wide open.
Yeah. Dog. Tripped him up. All the way down there.
Did you see that?
Attack!
You've crossed
Oh
the
my
wrong
God.
mongrel.
You do what, dummy? Won't again. Sneak attack.
Into the fray.
Okay, now.
You can trust me.
Okay. Spells and scrolls. You find a Scroll of Crimson Touch. Protect the ward you can learn the spell.
Don't mind me.
Tutor's buff. Right, unbuffs.
My tail is restless.
Not casting it on himself. What? Not save it. Cast a Woljif. Cast spell Mage Armor on himself. Apply target, finish. Save queue, there we go. Then that queue, right, I didn't save the queue. Execute queue.
I don't steal. I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me.
Bases of armor +2.
What's on your mind? I
No
wonder.
reason to pause.
Let us be careful.
We'll save some new things.
I am helpful, am I not?
Tread lightly.
Rely on me. No glory without risk! Hey!
Yes.
The light, take you! The inheritor, guide my blade!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both? Ha!
The spirits demand your blood!
Distract them from me.
You are today's sacrifice!
You won't
Aim
survive
carefully.
me.
Into the fray!
This is how it feels.
Time to treasures!
Dude, right there. Pushing into melee.
Forwards!
Make it move attack range ones.
Cover me, alright?
Come on.
Just sit here.
Dude,
Stab you or zap you?
About me.
Why not both?
before AC.
Endure this!
Well,
Oh, fine, we'll probably spec her. Get rid of her. I don't know what to do with her. This guy's laden with possessions looted from the surrounding houses.
I'm gone.
We will win this war.
open your heart to me.
Who, me?
I'll watch your back.
A bright future awaits us. I will help where I can. No glory without risk.
A solid plan. Attack.
Go for their hearts!
Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Aim carefully.
So your watch will not abandon its post no matter what happens.
heartbeat quickens, I'll cut you wide open.
Rectangular.
Make every strike count.
You prepared both.
The spirits demand your blood.
Forwards!
Battle will create spell scores by filling them with magic power. Scroll 5 is kit available. Scrolls 3 efficient. 6 is cool. Camouflage. Purified solution. Resisting knowledge. Corruption. Level of corruption. This is your current level of corruption. Corruption grows with with each day of rest. There's 3 levels of strength. It's advised to avoid the 3rd level of corruption. Different locations might have different corruption growth. Rest in a safe location to remove all corruption. Like members suffer 15% arcane spell failure chance. -2 to wisdom and intelligence. Let's trip chance as well. Then also got charge. Let's see, strength and surge, charisma. Corruption. We can go corruption. Maximum on that. Help with that. Okay. That's possible. For my daily assimilation training. The sun is not dangerous land, it will not burn your skin, it will not blind you to look at it. Love the sun is good. Whose land? He's living on the surface. It's like worried about the sun. Sometimes the long-awaited rest does not bring the desired relief, but comes the heavy, clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad: strained nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Neil emerges from the oblivion of his laden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself up from the depths of a swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound is closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There's no time to investigate the cause behind his malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will Neil be able to will Neil be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled, and his entire body aches like after a day's toil? I know my health, but I'll take care of it now rather than later. Yeah. Several moments, the wariness abates, retreating to the depths of his subconscious, leaving the path open to return the next time Neil seeks refuge in sleep. Neil recalls that he slept peacefully in the defender's heart. Perhaps a priest can explain what has happened. Corruption and nightmares. Nightmares and corruption prevent you from resting well. Corruption increases during rest at different rates in different areas. If negative level effects applied, corruption increases. The character is assigned to the protective rituals role performs his rituals before the party goes to sleep, which reduces the corruption gain. You can fully remove corruption in safe places. You will discover these areas of respite as you progress through the game. In some locations you may come across various holy artifacts. Cleansing them or interacting with them will allow you to partially remove the corruption level.
Follow my steps.
Since I am a day, the Crusade leadership stood firm in the chaos and sent out soldiers to help the people of the city. If they hadn't, I wouldn't be alive right now. I used up my healing powers for today. I should have prayed harder till I am a day.
Let's head out.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Oh, that's Lan. And Lan is speaking to himself. Alright, that's bullshit for me. Looks like more athletics.
The mongrel did it. Yet another obstacle.
Oh, damn.
Distract them from me.
Poison. Do that. Rich did that. Nauseated. Great. Right in this area.
The light take you!
Time to share your treasures.
So this is how it feels?
Yes. Tactical retreat. No. It's all your fault. Yes.
A solid plan. Attack!
Oh my god, dog's dead? Missed it.
Well, this didn't go well.
I feel tired.
Forget it.
I've been by. Like time questing this though, which I don't like. I want to be able to do everything.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
No glory without risk! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Well, this didn't go well.
Let's go. Safe slot.
Forget it.
Safe slot.
Thanks, Lan. You're so
Do
awesome,
not
Lan.
fear! Do not waver! The light, take you!
You've crossed the wrong mountain. You won't survive me.
Spells in melee. Yeah, what are you doing?
Into the fray!
Cover me, all right? Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'll cut you wide open.
Yes!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Hey, don't shoot him. Yeah, what we doing?
Distract them from me. Time to share your treasures. Die already.
Oh, he went. Share your treasures.
When
Our
is
duty
war?
calls.
Council's bodies have been mutilated beyond recognition by swords and fangs. Shit, even more trying to make our beat trip to this thing. Wait till this
Follow
this is
my
gone.
steps.
Don't mind me.
We should prepare.
Together we stand. Rely on me.
Yes.
I found, something.
Point positioning, right?
Cover me, all right?
The spirits demand your blood. You are today's sacrifice.
Attack! Aim carefully.
Yeah. Rubble-dumb reactor. Even the huge pile of junk isn't enough to block out the exclamations coming from beneath it. Reveal, O dearest darling beauty mine, why didst thou turn thy gaze on me, pray tell? Thy husband I called friend a time, but love 'tis like an ocean, friendship, ah well. Kem the Soundmaster. Willis, how are we to live, my sweet? Booms a deep masculine voice in response from beneath the same pile. Indistinct whistling follows. Pass me the ale, will you? Athletics into the pile of junk. Failed. Failed. The pile moves, but a cracked sound somewhere below. Instead of sliding to the side, the whole lot tumbles to the ground. Hear what sounds like a heavy object crashing through the cellar door. My darling Grandma Gretlin, the director. My darlings, are you all alive? Grumbled the actor. Yes, but that thing crushed our only skull prop. I went to so much trouble to get it off that anatomy professor who gave the lecture at the town hall. Kem. So that's why the professor was explaining the structure of the skull using a sloppily carved pumpkin. I'm an actor, not a thief. I couldn't leave him without a visual aid to his audience. Look, the door is open, and now we're completely at the mercy of whatever's up there. If it really is a demon. Grandma. I have nothing to fear. We have the power of inspiration, after all. Hand me over a ladle. and that rolling pin. Grandma. Now look, it's not a demon at all. Greetings, kind friend and rescuer. I'm Grandma Gretlen, theatre director, and these are my members of my company. Granny, that's not a ladle. That's one of the props of the Malevon Lick performance. The one Tinny made. It's a scepter or something. She made it out of my ladle. She wanted to use a broom handle, but I put paid to that daft idea. What are you doing down there? We were rehearsing. Our art distracts us from our fear and panic. The dwarf waves her ladle emphatically, doing a fair impression of a conductor. Really? When I'm scared, I eat. We tried that too, but our supplies ran out. But art, oh, art is eternal. Can you get somewhere safe? Oh, don't worry on our account. We'll be going to our basement in the next street. That's where our lambkin is. We're not afraid of demons with lambkin around. Sorry, lambkin? Lambkin. Our male lead. He'll protect us. Don't worry. We know what we're doing. Okay, I have to go. Thank you again for rescuing us, stranger. Today you did a great service for Mendelian culture, and perhaps the culture of all Galarian. You will certainly be remembered in future eras as the one who saved the critically and publicly acclaimed Next Door Theatre. What the hell? He's undead? These
Save the last one for me.
fools. Number 2 undead. He's ready to sleep. Fear any mind affecting thing. Cause paralysis. Oh no.
Endure this!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Yes!
Paralyzed. The character dog has been paralyzed. Paralysis usually has a short duration. Can be prevented using the freedom of movement spell. Or score remove paralysis. Conjuration specialist. Use paralyzed bone. Use dog.
Did you see that?
missing. Operation Peace still as well. Chaos.
Forwards!
What's on your mind? I wonder. I'll watch your back.
Matricium Turinos.
Who, me?
I hate the voice of the spirits.
It didn't cause say zombies, no zombies. Ghouls do. The damage reduction there actually. It's slashing damage. So they have no flesh. Blunt weapons.
Doubt is the heart's greatest
Oh,
challenge.
zombies.
Ask nicely.
No reason to pause.
My tail is restless.
The heartbeat quickens.
A solid plan.
fall for their hearts! I'll cut you wide open!
Attack!
Make every strike count.
Well, there's shadows as well with these. Level 3 and dead. Oh, they're half elves. Oh no, they... Like me a bit. Airborne, immune to trip. Corporeal. Oh god. Get me to do major armor. So attacks go right through. First touch through.
The spirits demand your blood!
Distract them from me! Time to share your treasures!
Go!
Fucking hell, come on. See, let's receive some ability damage. She's a
excruciating. You are today's sacrifice!
Your performance is
So
lacking.
this is how
You
it feels.
are lacking.
Tactical retreat! No! It's all your fault!
back to that place. Need a priest. We need a priest for that. Undead are without. Avoid them until I find a priest. So sweet it is to kill!
And another obstacle.
Basu. Oh my god. Basu.
Attack!
This will leave a bruise. I just sit here. Don't worry about me. I will help where I can.
Open your heart to me.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Come on.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Together, we stand.
I'll watch your back.
Access. Yes. Esme. Access. Yes. Esme. Access. Yes.
Times do we have to use to heal up a little bit?
I'm gone.
Then stop.
I hope you appreciate this.
Follow my steps.
Full of a nice present. Recruits. Oh, they have a lot of potions there. Too much now.
This was simple enough.
Grey hair, ashen skin. This person fell prey to an Basu. This demon sucks the very life essence from its victims and transforms them into ghouls. looting bodies. Curl. A short, hooded figure is poking about some bodies lying in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road, respectfully props it up against the wall, and places the corpse's hands on his chest. The figure then freezes, as if hesitating. You see him reach out his hand toward the beautiful gold amulet hanging around the corpse's neck. He jerks his hand back, hesitates, then reaches out again. Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? Stranger almost jumps out of his skin, and the hood falls from his hood. Under a mop of red curls, a round, halfling face looks up at you. Oh, phew! Thought you were demons. Good day to see you, sir. Good sir. Seela's eyebrows lift in apparent surprise. Curl, is that you? The halfling looks at Seela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Seela, you're alive! Goodness me, that's the second bit of good news on an otherwise lousy day. What was the first bit of good news? Stick around and see for yourself. Do you know this person, Seela? Meet Grimby, better known as Curl. He hails from Kinabris, and he fights in the Condemned. He's one of a kind, a rogue with a heart of gold. Seela smiles, then adds a little more seriously. Curl, it's probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you were about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush, and he hides his hands behind his back. I didn't. I just thought. Oh, it doesn't matter. So what are you doing here, robbing corpses? No, the halfling protests. Rimby Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't need corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies off the road. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission, and we need to get through. He's interrupted by the sound of the wheels rolling on the paving stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in knight's armour is walking alongside. Even from a distance you can see his tanned face and his blue eyes shining brightly. Curl. The halfling straightens up. See, a terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are saving a beer cart from demons. Ellen of the Hound Hearts. As he's speaking, the newcomers notice you, and the knight cries out in jubilation. Seela, I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed to the main square, the center of the demon attack. And Jana Aldori, the half-elf. The half-elf smiles warmly at Seela. Hey, friends. Glad to see you all right. When we got separated by the crowd at the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong. And when demons appeared all of a sudden, I realized that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead in the square, so I kept my hopes up, and I was proved right. Seela's face lights up with joy. So you're the other bit of good news, Carl, we're talking about. You and Jenna are alive. Actually, by good news, I meant that we found the beer cart. So Ellen and Jenna being alive amounts to a quarter of a bit of good news. Well, maybe half. Aren't there more important things to do in the city than saving the beer carts? You're absolutely right. I only agreed to help get the cart to the Defender's Heart because we found it just a stone's throw away. As soon as we deliver the cart, I'll get back to searching for survivors. By the way, my name is Ellen, Sir Ellen of the Hound Hearts. I'm glad to meet someone who survived the madness. You haven't told me how you know Seela. I'll save that story till we're all back at the Defender's Heart. You're going back there, aren't you? We'll have a reason to toast our spoils. Are you aware, Sir Knight, that your friend Curl was trying to rob a corpse? Seela, Neil, is that really necessary? Carl didn't even do anything. Whatever he might have been thinking, that's between him and his conscience. What's wrong with hearing the truth? I think Jana and I have the right to know what our newfound friend is up to. Ellen looked sternly at the cringing halfling. I'm not your commander, Carl, and I can't punish you or even condemn you. I suppose lots of people in Mendev think that the war justifies anything. Think about it, that dead fellow might have a family somewhere. His property and mementos should be returned to the rightful owners. They're bound to have sentimental value. Take his cart, for example. We might take it now, but once the city is freed, the Eagle Watch and the other orders will certainly try to find the lawful owners and compensate them fairly for their losses. So, and that friend, I didn't even do anything. I was just thinking about it, and honestly, I don't think we'll even be able to gather up all the bodies and hand them over to Eagle Watch. They'll be looted anyway. Well, that will be on the conscience of the one who does it. But you're a crusader, Carl, though you might not have volunteered. Those who fight against evil itself to be better than the common folk with their moral frailties. We have to go. So long, we're sure to meet again, either in the city or at the Defender's Heart. Shanna. Sure you will. Come to the tavern. We'll celebrate with the valiant rescue of this brave barrel together. Being in the second city needs lot. People are bow to bring back to the tavern.
Let's head out.
Stop for a little bit. Little break. And just play smart.
Be careful, everyone.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Stay there. I'll do a break. Fighting. I can't fight with this undead without killing that thing. Bloody hell. Landing. What the fuck? Which level up we get more better summons. It's a bit